I'm anxious. Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Menma, and if you've always been here with me, thank you for being here. Happy New Month. I know I have been away for a very long time in terms of posting videos. Well, I'll get into that as to why I haven't been posting as much, but I hope you enjoy this video with me. So, yeah, let's get into it. We have finally reached 1 year on this channel. Ooh, I know. Oh my gosh, 1 year. So I started my YouTube channel on March 7th. That's when I started the channel itself. And since then till now, I mean, it's been a journey, honestly. It really has. I mean, naturally, it makes sense for me to post this video on the same day, which is March 7th, right? But then I'm posting it today. Reason being that based on my analytics, this works better for me, and I will get into analytics as well. So, in today's video, I wanted to talk about what it's like doing YouTube for 1 year. So, that is like the good parts, the bad parts, which are a lot, the important parts, the all of the above parts, really. So, let's start with proper introduction. My name is Menma Obidibo. I am 24. I am a Nigerian. I currently live in Abuja. I am working and I recently just rented my first apartment. So, yeah, this channel is called all_Menma. So, on this channel, mainly we talk about mental health, how to cope with it, how to go about it, how to understand it, and to keep moving in your everyday life with it. And another thing I'd like to bring in to the channel is to talk more about what it's like being an adult and entering adulthood phase, coping with it, how to not feel overwhelmed by it in general. So, when I started this channel, I started it with, a purpose, a main goal. And that main goal solely was to create a community where people can come together, discuss, relate, and just know that in this world, in as much as we are different, we are very similar. And a lot of us go through, a lot of things together without realizing it because we don't talk about it enough. So I wanted to create this safe space where we can just share our own experiences, our journeys, and comfort each other to know that we're not alone in whatever it is we are doing. Yes. So, yes, that is the purpose as to why I started this channel. Now, how has it been so far? Currently, I am at that stage where I am still doing a lot of learning and growing, and it's quite the stage. Like, it's an interesting stage to be in, honestly. It is a lot, and I don't even think you can ever get out of this stage because as life goes on, you keep learning a lot more, you keep doing a lot more things. Sorry. So, I am in that stage right now, and I mean, it took a lot for us to get to where we are right now. So let me start with how I started YouTube proper. So for some years, I guess 2 years prior to last year, I've always been talking about YouTube to my friends, to my family, that I always wanted to start a YouTube channel. Now, why exactly did I want to start a YouTube channel? When I actually started delving proper into mental health related, issues and conversations was from my university days, which maybe from, 2016 and all. And there was just a lot to unfold and learn, there was a lot to understand in the sense that life genuinely has no manual, and having to do things on your own based on your own experiences, be it little or small, the different backgrounds you come in, the mentality you have at that stage. life can come with you with a lot of things, and how you cope with it can never be similar with how the next person does. So because of that, having my own fair share of, mental health in general, there was a lot of things that, played on for me. And graciously enough for me, I have a great support system. I have lovely friends, an amazing family. And I also have, like, obviously, I also have God. And then I also have myself. So I am that person that I would put myself down 1,000 times and still would want to pick myself up, would encourage myself to come up and, want to have my own back. And over the years of discussing with people and getting to meet, new characters in life, new ideologies, I came to realize that a lot of us actually go through similar things, but then because of we don't have a good support system, or we don't just have, some advantages that others may have, that is in terms of having the ability to pick themselves up after putting themselves down, a lot of us tend to not open up and crumble, like in our own world, in our own minds, because a lot goes on there. And so meeting mental health at that early stage and all, like mental health proper, because mental health isn't just about the bad things, it's also about like the good things as well, like how to cope with it, how to understand it, how to continue picking up life from wherever stage you find yourself in. So realizing that, not everyone has, those tools to keep going on in life. I just had this picture where I want to create a platform where I can connect with people. In that situation and time, I realized that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to like help people. I wanted to guide people in my little way. I wanted to support people because sometimes words aren't enough. And because I lacked a lot of the words, a lot of the understandings, I could do so little. And I am still doing so little, in all honesty. But I want to do better and I'm working towards that. So that was the whole picture as to, what I wanted to do in regards to mental health. So that was aside. Now, when it comes to YouTube, particularly, I didn't actually want to be a content creator nor to be in the YouTube platform, to be very sincere. So, how I got myself here, like in the YouTube space, in the YouTube community, I have a bigger picture in mind. Like, there's a bigger goal in which, this is where I want to be at this point, or just this is my ultimate goal in life, really. I had to break it down. I had to like really calm down, like break it into pieces and pieces and pieces so that I can reach to the stage where I can do it, make it as simple as possible so that you can actually start doing it and you start climbing step by step. So when I brought it down to the smallest of things, I realized that for me to get to this point in my life where I want to be, there are some skills I need to equip myself with. There are some things I need to build in this current like time that I'm in. So I came across this YouTuber, Sunday Love. I love Sunday. She's just a phenomenal person on YouTube who honestly, she just kills it. She really does. And coming across her videos, I saw a lot of times when like her video quality was like impeccable, the way she really put things in place, even the slightest details, like I took notice of it. And I take notice of a lot of things. Like I'm that person that when we're in the cinema together and we're watching a movie, by the time the movie ends, honestly, we could be discussing about the movie and it would be like as if we watched two separate movies, because I am very, very, very interested in the details of the movie, the behind the scenes of the movie. Like I acknowledge very little things that play the biggest roles, like oh, how this scene shifted to this scene, or how did they come up with this line in their speech and everything. I love it. I really do. So coming across Sunday and seeing the things that she do on her channel, I was like, oh, this is very nice, and I bet I could do this. I bet I can learn this for myself and apply these same skills, and it's in line with what I want. So from her I also saw other content creators on YouTube that I really admired their work. And that's when, I took it up that YouTube is the platform I have to be on. It's a platform that would actually help me to create that dream that I want for myself. So I started YouTube. And before I started it, like I said, 2 years back, I just kept thinking about it. I kept talking about it, thinking about it, writing about it. I'm not the person you ask, oh, what do you bring to the table? I am that person that will ask you, what do you bring to the drawing board? Because literally, I am always at the drawing board. I am always planning. I'm always re strategizing, revisiting old thoughts, and trying to like perfect the little things and find the flaws and how to correct them or work with them. So, and that has its advantages and disadvantages. One of the major disadvantage for me is that because of that, I delay when I want to, act. So I keep things so much in the stage of planning that I actually take a long time before I actually actualize it, or worst case scenario, I dump it to start another plan. So that's why it took me 2 years, because there was a lot of self-doubt, a lot of worrying, a lot of wanting to be a perfectionist at it. Yeah. But finally, last year, I was finally able to start my channel, birth my child, because this is my passion project and I love it, honestly. And this is where we are now. And yes, that is how I started my YouTube channel. Oh my God. Wow, I don't talk this long. I talk. That's my biggest problem with my YouTube. I have a lot of things to say. I talk a lot in my mind and with people. But then when it comes to actually talking to the channel, that's where I feel. That's where you lose me. In fact, I just ramble and do rubbish, but we'll get to that part. Okay, so now that we have discussed on how I started the channel itself, I want to talk about, what I started with. So I remember that day when I started the channel, it was in the middle of the night. I was on a voice call with my friend, my laptop, everything was just going fast. I did a lot of things, a lot of researching, I even had cold feet that day, really. I didn't even want to do it, but I just told myself, do you know what? No, no more procrastinating, no more. We are doing this, like, we are doing this. So I remember that was like 11 something p.m. I started it off that night, and from that time, I have just worked with like little equipment. So I got a laptop. Then my brother in law got me a small phone stand. I would have brought it here with me, but currently I'm not at my place. So I actually forgot it at my house. That's what I had been using for a good while. Was that the best? No, it wasn't. He also got me this microphone. Yeah, this microphone. This microphone has actually done better for me than that small phone stand. But then that is it. That was my small beginning. Yeah, that's what I started with. My laptop, with my mouse, that phone stand, and this microphone. And then this phone is what I've been using, my iPhone 11 Pro Max. The editing app I started with as well was, I'd been using Canva prior to that time. At the point I even had Canva Pro. I think my small sister hooked me up with that. I wasn't really using it to edit my videos per se. I was just using it to make my thumbnail picture. Yeah, but then I also got PixArt later on, and then I also started using PixArt to edit my thumbnail pictures as well. And currently, I actually still use just these two um editing apps in terms of like picture. So that is my Canva and my PixArt. Now, in terms of editing the video, I started with, okay, so I dabbled, right? I tested out different editing apps. None of them actually seemed to give me what I wanted, number one. And number two, some were technical, like they were too technical for me. And, like I said, there's a lot of room for improvement and learning. So currently, what I use that works for me, I have no qualms. I'm even learning. There's still so much I'm still to learn from it, right? CapCut. Currently, I am using CapCut, and yeah, I like that app a lot. Like it's easy, friendly to use. It's quite straightforward. It delivers the job well. It's clean. I like it, honest, and it's free. That's the most important part. These three things I called like Pixart, CapCut, and Canva, they're all free. So yes, I'll go for the free version. Thank you. Yeah. You know how you said a project, you dump it, you never really see it to the end, and maybe you now spend so much money on it and it just all goes to waste, right? I I thought I would do that with this. In as much as I really loved the concept of what I wanted to do, what I was about to put myself into. I was just scared I would do that with this. And also my family was also scared as well. So they've advised me against starting with like a camera or, a big ring light and all of that. Let me start with what I have and grow with it. Sorry. And also I've seen other people's videos where they started with little things and, you know, the main thing is perfecting your craft. Honestly speaking, and this is just what I'll say to anybody right now. It's not about having all the materials or gadgets or resources like at the moment. It's not about, getting every piece ready before you can project or, start what you want to do. Start with what you have because sincerely, the main thing should be you starting, taking the first step, really. And that first step is really important. And along the line, you get to understand yourself better. You get to understand if you want to continue with this, and then you know how to gradually continue with it. Don't break the bank. No, don't break the bank just because you're starting something. Give it time and learn the right things. So I started with that. Now, have I evolved to any other new resources? Currently, no. Apart from my phone stand. So, like I said, I was using this smaller phone stand that my brother-in-law got for me. But now, currently, I'm using a bigger phone stand, and the phone stand can actually stand proper on its own. I got it as a gift from someone at work. I am very, very grateful in as much as you don't watch my YouTube video yet because you don't know I have a YouTube video. But when you do, I am very, very grateful. Then, when it came to where do I edit, is it on my phone or my laptop? Honestly, I am that person that I genuinely love phones to start with because of how portable they are. And it's a lot easier for me to just be on the go anywhere I am really to work on what I want to work on. And yeah, I edit on my phone almost like 100% of the time. I edit on my phone. I don't think I've edited on my laptop before, and it's something I want to try. Like I really want to start learning how to do that because I heard that when you use a laptop, there are a lot more features that you have access to that you don't have on your phone. And aside that, like the storage, we will get to that part. That part is currently showing me shege. We will get to that part. Now, what are some of the areas that have been giving me a tough time? A tough time. Oh, yeah, there are areas. Okay, let's start from storage. So, because of, I use my phone to make my videos, it takes up so much space, like a crazy amount of space. And even when I edit my videos and when I'm done like editing and the video is in my phone, it still takes up a lot of space. Even my editing app CapCut takes up a lot of space as well in my phone. So storage has been a battle for me. I am currently still fighting the battle. I've also been looking for like this thing, is it hard drive for phone? I think there should be such a thing. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. I've searched a lot. So all in all, storage has been my problem. Now, another very important problem I have been having is lighting. Lighting is extremely important. Even for me to start this video, I had to like go around this room before I could actually find a good source of light. And even as I am now, I wish I could do better, honestly. Lighting makes a whole lot of difference in your videos. Like honestly, lighting determines whether someone watches your video or not. Like the lighting and the quality of the video. Two very key important things. Then also another problem I've been having is phone stand. So because I don't have a proper tripod now, because of that, like I have to do a lot of makeshift, a lot of readjusting to kind of get my phone to stand somewhere or be at a certain height. It's very challenging, it's very tiring, it doesn't give me the quality of video I want. Then what else? Okay, then there's the aspect of getting copyrighted on YouTube. Now, this is something that along the line I got to know about and had to incorporate into what I use. YouTube Studios. So YouTube Studios is, what YouTube designed to kind of help you check your analytics, check how many views and likes and comments and, all of that. And sometimes I'll produce a video, after the whole stress of making the video, editing it, getting it done and then uploading it, you would now see, oh, maybe your video is copyrighted. Mostly, what causes copywriting is when you take someone's property and incorporate it into your video without their permission. In my case, why I would get copyrighted is when I use a song that I am not the owner of it in my video. Now, first of all, that song part, if you're starting YouTube for the first time, it's something you really have to look into. You really have to look into. Like, it gave me a tough time, to be very sincere, but then I'm getting the hang of it. And the thing about it is, first of all, you cannot use like popular songs because you don't have the rights, the royalties to that song. You cannot use popular songs in your video. So let me say, a song that is playing by a well-known artist and come and put it as the background song in your video, you will be copyrighted because practically you're taking someone's credit for like their work. You're taking someone's work into yours without their permission. So I would get my songs from CapCut. And then apart from CapCut, there was a time when I would get my songs from YouTube. So like I would search up like a song that the owner gave free license and for people to actually use in their videos. So that was a learning curve because, sometimes you had to really, know who really owns the song that they're saying that is theirs, or for you to now do your video and you get copyrighted and you have to like scrape that song out of your video and all. So it was challenging, but yeah, that is something that I am getting over with because, like I said, it's a learning process. Another thing I had to learn along the line of doing YouTube was audio. Testing. 1, 2, 3. It's very important. So there was a time when I would release a video and I would realize that when I was editing it, I could hear myself loud and clear and it was, fun and nice. But then when I put it out, I realized that others weren't hearing me as clearly. I had audio problems. So for me to like fix that, and it's not just with the microphone. You can actually do your videos without microphone. You can. I just use it because I have it, but then I've done some of my videos without it and everything is good. But then how I was able to like work towards that and fix it is just on my CapCut app. I had to be more intentional with my volume level. I had to like try to increase it, a bit more. If I had background music playing, I had to reduce it accordingly. It's something that you learn and get the hang of. Also, one thing that I do till like now and I'll keep doing is every time I upload a video, I always make sure that I have someone that actually helps me look at my video before I upload it. That way I'm having a second opinion. Someone is helping me to like cross check the errors, see the things that I didn't see. and just tell me where needs adjusting and things like that. So I would advise that, you have someone that just help you look through your videos, so that way, you just know that, okay, what you're doing is, if it's approved by another person, I think it's good to go. Yeah. And don't feel, if you're someone that lives alone, not feel, oh, because I live alone, how will someone be helping me view my videos? With the YouTube Studios app, you have that option of uploading your video, but then not making it public yet. So I can upload my video, have a link to that video, which only I and anyone I share that link with can see. So then I take that link, send it to the person that helps me supervise or cross check my videos, and then when they're done with that, I would then upload the video proper. So yeah, what else have I learned? Oh yeah, oh my gosh, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things to learn. Thumbnail, making your pictures. That's just trying to like make a good quality picture. Title of your video is also important as well. The tags you use in your video is important. How do I explain tags? Tags is just, if I want to search up your video, this is my own understanding of tags. If I want to search up your video, there are some keywords that, if they're present in your video, it can help me search up your video. So for example, you know how there's a lot of cooking channels out there. I can just be like, I can just searching how to cook jollof rice, and then I'll see people's videos that have, tags that talk about cooking jollof rice and things like that. So that has been something that I battled with. I'm still battling with, even if I've spent a year on YouTube. It's still a lot, and it's not a bad thing, because you keep learning, you keep growing. One minute you think you've gotten all the information, the next you realize there's still a whole arsenal that you're yet to touch. And that's life, really. It's cool. It's interesting. And that's why, very important, that's why whatever it is you want to do, have passion for it, so that way it makes it easier, it makes it much more doable. Like, at least in as much as it might want to be overwhelming, because you have the interest, you have the passion, you see yourself like continuing it. So yeah. Another issue, oh, a great issue I've had, is having content for each video. Is a tough one. Is a tough one. Honestly speaking, it's a very tough one, because it's like, the way you'd think, oh my gosh, what will I wear today? What will I eat today? What will my video be today? Like, what will it be about? Okay, I want to talk about mental health. What exactly in mental health am I talking about? What am I focusing on today? How do I push it? How do I like portray it to the audience? How do I make it captivating and engaging? So that has been a very huge struggle. And because of that, like, I find it difficult, like, finding content. I find it difficult releasing content as frequently as I should. Now, in that regards, I know a lot of times when I'm speaking with my family and my friends, they would be like, you know, oh, Chinamema, we've not seen a video from you. And everybody's always like, be consistent. When you're consistent, it will be rolling over, like things will be getting better, you'll be climbing, right? And I agree. I genuinely agree. Be consistent. But then the thing is that I don't want to be consistent releasing out content that I didn't even enjoy watching myself, talk more of another person watching. I don't want to be consistent releasing content that the message isn't what I want it to be or what I wanted it to be. In all sincerity, I've had a lot of times where I made videos. I have unpublished videos in my phone. That's why my phone storage is filled up. I have made a lot of videos where, when I looked at it, I didn't like it. I wasn't happy with it. This isn't the image I wanted it to have. This is not the way I wanted it to look. It's not giving, 21st century. It's not giving. It wasn't me, or it wasn't what I wanted to put out there. And I wasn't happy. And because of that, I didn't post. I wasn't frequent. Another reason why I wasn't frequent was because of me having to face my everyday life and learning to cope with it. I'm still starting with this YouTube thing. And I'm not using this as an excuse, honestly. I'm starting with this YouTube thing, and I'm also starting another chapter of my life, which was moving to a different state, starting a job, living alone, growing, being in a new age, like being in 24 and all of that. Like, there was a lot I didn't know would be challenging. There was a lot that ate at me, still eating at me, like, my mental health wasn't just going the right way. So because of that, days when I would feel down, I wasn't productive. I couldn't produce videos or anything. And unfortunately, those days were a lot. So a lot of days I was down and a lot of days I wasn't producing. So last year, I would say I didn't produce as much as I should have. Thus, that's why I didn't see the progress that I hoped to see. When I started my YouTube channel, I cracked this joke. I was like in a happy mood, as you should be. I was like in this happy, optimistic mood where I was like, when I start my channel, I'm going to have like 500 followers by next year. Like, come on, make some noise. Currently, I am at 130 followers. I am very grateful for that. I am very grateful for them. I'm grateful for you. Thank you, thank you. I am very, very grateful for that because I started with zero. And for me to even reach 130, even when I felt I didn't give 100%, I am very grateful. But then that just goes to show my poor planning. you know I didn't execute the thoughts well. I didn't put into place the things that were required to yield the success level that I wanted. So that is something that I am working on. Find a way to have it scheduled into your routine, and at the same time, it's doable. You can how you can not, like, because there's one thing to make time for it, and then there's another thing to actually do the thing you made time for. Trust me, I know that when it comes to exercise. So make time for it and then try to do it, like put in the work to do it so that you can yield those results you want. Now, one thing about analytics is that I am studying it, but then at the same time, I got caught up in it. So I found myself losing the passion that I had for the reason, like why I started the channel. I found myself losing the love for what I do, and I started focusing more on the views. I started focusing more on the likes, the comments, and that ate at me heavily. Sometimes I'll produce something, maybe a video, maybe a short, and I'll put it out and I'll be like, oh, this one is going to be the one that breaks it. This one is going to give me 1,000 views. This one is going to really reach to people and, to be enjoyed. And then at the end of the day, maybe that video will get like 200 views. And it's just something that I would feel down about. I would feel very overwhelmed, very sad, I would even feel embarrassed. Like, I thought I gave this my all, and this is where it got me to. And I would just feel heavy and sad and start questioning, why am I even doing this? Why am I doing any of this? Because, I mean, yes, apart from wanting to help people, you'd also want to see how to make it lucrative. But I'm in that stage where I'm not getting any money from YouTube. Rather, I'm putting money into it because the data I spend, my time, everything. But then I now start asking myself, well, why am I even doing this when I'm not even getting anything out of it, right? I'm not getting any financial aids from it, nor am I getting like views or, the basic things from it. And it's something that I had to address a lot for myself. And I had to ask myself, it's very easy for you to lose sight of the little things. It's very easy for you to want to be the big fish in the sea and want to, have all the light, attention, and spotlight on you. See the way I am just, feeling overwhelmed and down because this thing got, let's say, 200 views. Do you know what 200 views is? If you hadn't started your YouTube channel, you wouldn't have any view. But you have 200 views now. And that's amazing. I'm not saying don't aim high. You should aim high, but then appreciate the present you are in. Honestly, like appreciate your little beginnings, appreciate the progress that you see from the things, the efforts you put in. And I've been trying to fix, or I've been trying to change my mindset so that instead of focusing on the views, I should focus more on the content, the story, the message, why I do this. As in, that's it. Like, I want to love what I do because I love it. You know, I love seeing the finished product of what I created. Videoing is hard for me. Like, by the time I have to like check around the room, which angle is the best, where gets the best lighting, what do I wear, how do I present myself, and then you video, you talk to a camera for as long as, or however it is you do your video, you're in public trying to make a video, which I'm always embarrassed about doing because I'm just shy. I didn't even know I was shy. I will get to this. I'll get to this. I didn't know I was shy, but I'll get to this. So, doing all of that, and then the editing takes me days. Editing takes me my health, it takes a lot from me. I can edit the whole day. I won't eat. I'll be stressed out. I'm lying down in the same position, just working on this thing continuously. Like, and then me being a perfectionist, I try to focus on the little details so I can really be on a small part for like 3 hours straight, and I still might not even end up getting it. And by the time I do all of this, like by the time I keep focusing on the negative and all, I lose sight of the purpose. Why do I do this? Why do I enjoy this? When I finally finish a video and I watch the end product, like I see what I created, I remember why I do this. I find the joy in what I do. I find the purpose. I am happy. I am wowed. I'm like, I created this and I'm proud of myself. And then when I have this out, and I push it to the public to see, there's now another rat race in my head, like, oh, how would people perceive it? How would it be accepted? Would it have many likes, comments, views? And I start taking away that purpose from what it initially is meant to be. I start focusing on what is the rating, how is this doing? Like, and yes, it's good to have that thought. It's good to want more for yourself. But at the same time, don't lose sight of what it is you're doing and why you're doing what you're doing, because that is what keeps us going. So that's what I'm learning. That's what I want you to understand, that if you decide to start this journey or you're currently in this journey, don't lose sight of what you're doing. Love it. It is your child. It is your passion project. Own it, work with it, keep learning it as much as you can, keep freestyling it, making it your own way. And you'll be surprised when you look back and see how far you've come. Now, what is something YouTube has taught me? YouTube has taught me to be patient. Honestly, like to be patient with myself, with my craft. You have to be patient. You have to calm down. There are people that, yes, they will do something and boom, it's, blows up and they're superstars and everything. If that is not the case for you, don't get stressed over it. Don't be overwhelmed. Don't be put down. Do your best. Do what you can do. You know, that's what matters. Going at your own pace. YouTube has taught me patience. It has taught me to be grateful, like to have gratitude. Currently, I am learning on contentment, to be contented with what I do, and how to keep doing what I do. Then to be disciplined, I really want to put in an effort to do better, to really target down my niche, my audience, my editing skills. I need to keep learning. It has taught me to really broaden my horizon. Keep learning, keep updating yourself, keep checking on videos on how to video better, work on your sound quality, your light quality, all of that. One very important thing that YouTube has taught me that I didn't know I needed to learn was to be confident. So this is something that I am honestly trying to learn, and I am learning because I didn't know I wasn't confident. It's just funny because I am someone that I find it very easy to like walk up to people, talk to strangers, or just be in company, in as much as maybe I don't want to, because I'm someone that I'm not always as cheerful as, but then I just like to be on my own or mind my own business. But then I always thought that I was someone that was there to be confident, like we can easily do this. But then having to sit down and talk to like a camera and actually let out those thoughts that are always so mumbled and jumbled in my mind, like I realize that I have difficulty saying them out. I realize that I have difficulty actually saying what's on my mind. And I am genuinely grateful that I am discovering myself through YouTube. I'm discovering how to speak better, like public speaking, how to be confident, how to have prior knowledge of what you're about to say before saying it, so that way you actually kill your presentation skills, like how to execute things better, like there's a lot, and this is a journey that this was not what I thought I would come across when I started it. And now that I am literally on this path, there's a lot of learning to do. And I am very grateful that I can do it. And I am learning and I'm willing to learn. You should be willing to learn if in anything you're doing, if you want to keep going like at it or keep accelerating with it, you should be willing to learn at all times. Accept mistakes. Understand that maybe currently you're not fit to do what you want to do, but you have to learn how to get yourself fit. So YouTube is teaching me that. It's also teaching me humility. YouTube is also teaching me humility, like how to understand that just because you started this thing and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm a YouTuber. Oh my gosh, I'm a content creator. Yeah, because of that, like that doesn't mean the world has changed or will stop for you or nothing like that. Like you should be humble enough to know that you're still someone that is learning your craft. And this is what you should have in the back of your mind all the days of your life, because we are always learning our craft. Even if you think you're the best of the best, you will always keep learning your craft. Do you understand me? So yes, like there's a lot of things I look forward to doing in the future. I am excited, I am happy. I genuinely can't believe I have reached 1 year on YouTube. I am wowed. I'm very, very proud of myself that I stuck with it and I didn't give up. I'm very proud of myself and I'm very grateful to God Almighty. I'm very grateful to my friends. I'm very grateful to my family. I'm very grateful to everyone that just found me out of nowhere on YouTube. I'm grateful to people that just reached out to me. I'm like, oh, I see what you're doing and this is nice. Like, thank you, thank you all. So, yeah, I don't know if I missed anything. Well, if I did, please just ask me in the comment section. Always feel free. I will answer your questions. I answer everybody's comments because why not? Why not? If you put a rubbish comment, I'll remove you. Of course. Yeah. So don't put a rubbish comment. Put a nice comment. And if you have any question regarding like YouTube, video, and all of that, in as much as I'm still learning, I would share with you what I know, and I would love to do that. And aside like the YouTube part, the mental health part, the going through life part and adulthood, and please ask me questions, please reach out to me. Like I am also learning and I also learn from your questions as well. I also learn from you, your comments, and also I am grateful. Once again, my name is Chinemema. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I hope to make this year interesting and have better content for you. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share. So, any last words I would like to say before I go? Be you. Find what makes you you, what makes you comfortable. It might not be YouTube per se, but anything it is that you're doing, be the real authentic you, because that is what will pick true for you. You can see other people doing their craft and maybe they're doing it in a particular way. Maybe they're always smiling or they're always traveling or doing all sorts of things, and you can't do that because it's just not your person. Do what is you and just give it to the world. We will take you because you is what you have. You is who you are. Your authentic side is far much better than any other side that you feel the world deserves. We deserve the real you. So please be you, be your authentic self. Thank you for joining me on this video. I'm glad I made this video and thank you for joining me in my 1 year on YouTube. So thank you. Have a lovely day. Everything. Yeah. Thank you. So bye until next time.